Greetings, people of the internet! I am LUCHA MAN! And welcome to LUCHA MAN Reviews. Now, today I am reviewing Season 2 of Black Dynamite. Actually, I am reviewing Black Dynamite, the animated series as a whole. And I'm talking a little bit about the Black Dynamite movie. So here's my history behind the Black Dynamite franchise. I saw the animated series, the first season when it came out. And between then and the premiere of the second season, I got the chance to see the movie. Kind of a surprise seeing the film in some areas. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, so I am reviewing I'm reviewing the animated series Black Dynamite. If the animation style looks familiar to you, if you have seen it, it is from the same people that brought us the Boodocks animated series. Now, the animated series and the film are both mature. The animated series is on the Adult Swim lineup, and it's on very late night. So it is a cartoon. It's a cartoon, but you do not want to be showing your kids. It deals with mature subject matter and sometimes some immature subject matter. Yeah, there's language, violence, suggestive and inappropriate themes. So yeah, watch with caution. It's the same could be said for the Black Dynamite film. Alright, so I'll be honest. I didn't see the film until after I saw the first season. And there are two parts in there that actually have exposed nudity of both genders, along with some other inappropriate content for minors. So, if you watch the film, please be responsible, please be an adult and watch appropriately, and make sure no minors are present. So with that, okay, I've given the warning, and I hope you all watch with responsibility, and now, let's start the review of Black Dynamite, the movie. Alright, the Black Dynamite movie, it was filmed in 2009. Well, actually, it was released in 2009. But the film has the look and feel of the 1970s. And it is a period piece film. It is set in the 1970s, but here's what. It has film grain, and there's like a funny scene where it's a bad edit. Like, I'm pretty sure if this film could be converted to a reel-to-reel and somehow be sent back in time, you could actually slip it into the 1970s without anyone being the wiser that this film was from the future. Anyway, the film, it's pretty much the film pretty much makes fun of everything from the 1970s. You have the leading character is either the former police, or former military, or former CIA. Every woman wants him, or every man wants to be him. And since it's the 1970s, knows karate, and drives a very sweet ride. Yes, and of course, it's the war on drugs, because, like I said, 1970s. Alright, so the main character, Black Dynamite, he kicks butt, he takes names, and all the other stuff I listed. And he's played by Michael J. White. Now, there's three other characters that are involved in the film. There's a character named Bullhorn, who's played by Byron Mins. There's Creamcorn, who's played by Tommy Davidson, and Miss Honeybee, who's played by Miss Kim Whitley. Now, well, technically, Okay, so now all four of these characters, they all play their parts in the film, and when the animated series was announced, all four of them revised their roles. Basically, they're just lending their voices to the characters that they played in the film, only to the animated stage. So I think it's pretty awesome how they kept around for that. Alright, so like I said, the film is a parody of all stuff from the 70s. So, and aside from the over-the-top violence and the inappropriate nudity at a few points in the film, I thought the film was pretty good. And like I said, since it was made to make fun of the 70s, and in honor of its 70s heritage, I give the film a solid 7 out of 10. Yeah. So after the film was made, a few years later, the series became an animated series, and it's interesting. So it just basically picks up where the movie left off. So you have like some of the villains from the film are now villains in the series, and there was a character who died in the movie, but that was just revealed to be some kind of a dream in the first season, so joke there, haha. But what I thought was funny about this animated series was, alright, so they had celebrities that were in the show, and since there was a whole bunch of them in the 1970s, Black Dynamite seems to somehow interact with like almost every famous person available. The list includes, but is not limited to, Al Sharpton, Woody Allen, Richard Pryor, Elvis, Michael Jackson, Richard Nixon, and Mr. T. And that's just naming a few. Yeah, so I saw, like I said, I saw the animated series before the film. So the animated series, let's see, there's violence, there's foul language, suggestive and inappropriate themes, and now while they had nudity in there, since it's television, everything's either pixelated or it has the black censor bar. So, yeah. But one of the upshots about it being a TV show that's animated, it can break the laws of physics a little easier. I enjoyed the series. I enjoyed the first season. Now, normally I watch like the first two episodes of a season, one or two, and I figure out if I like the show or not. And based on how the first episode of the second season went down, it is going to very much follow the same formula as it did the first season. But I wasn't too keen on the first episode. Alright, so for the first episode of the second season, it dealt with the topic of slavery. Now, it did it in a manner that was supposed to be funny, and by the end of the episode, it was all resolved and worked out to a neutrality for all parties involved. Now, this episode, it pretty much showed how it's going to continue on its shenanigans from the first season. The first season, it also dealt with subjects that were not exactly appropriate for all ages or for everyone. If I was to describe this show, I'd describe it, I think the perfect expression, crude, rude, lewd, and occasionally nude. Yeah, so there are some moments where there is a good visual joke, and there are some moments where there is dialogue or that's going back and forth that is funny. But the show is basically just the 1970s presented in its very broad, in-your-face adult mannerism. So let's see, I describe it almost like Brickleberry, only maybe toned down, maybe just by 2 or 3 points. But, so it does have its good moments, but the show, it does deal with a lot of adult subject matter. So, like I said, it may be a cartoon, but it is not for kids. So, yes. Now, the first season, it did borrow some stuff from the movie. It did make some jokes and have some running gags that were present from the film. And I'm thinking that they may do the same thing for the second season. Only make fun of the first season also. Will this lead to a third season? I do not know. But all I know is if you watch it, watch with caution. There is some stuff that is funny, but overall, I'd have to give this show a 7.5 out of 10. Alright. Yeah, so that's the review overall of Black Dynamite, the movie, solid 7, and Black Dynamite, the animated series, 7.5. If you watch either of these, like I said, please be responsible, and please be old enough to watch both of these, and make sure no children are around. Until next time, this has been LUCHA MAN, saying thank you for watching, and be sure you tune in next time when LUCHA MAN reviews the Mike Tyson Mysteries, a new animated series coming to the Adult Swim. This is going to be interesting. So thank you for watching, and have a nice day.